Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Alvaro Raimunde, and this is PAK Pediatrics Let's Talk About series, where we break down parents' top issues and concerns into clear and practical bites of information.
PAK Pediatrics presents.
Today, let's talk about the upcoming fall and winter season 2023. I'm going to cover three important topics that I think we should talk about. First, what I think these next two seasons will look like for our children. Second, when to be concerned about your kid's symptoms. And thirdly, the most efficient way to contact us and get an appointment fast. Here we go. So last year in 2022, we experienced what was referred to as the triple-demic, where flu, COVID-19, and RSV hit children and adults like a messed up triforce of illness. The reality of the situation is that I believe this will be the new normal. This is every year, this is what we're going to see. We can expect every fall and winter season to hit us with these three viruses. But what I don't expect is for there to be as many severely sick children this year. This, I believe, is due to our immune systems having in contact with COVID-19 for a couple of years now, in addition to many of our communities being mostly vaccinating and creating a herd immunity. But anyways, we have also been mask free for the past 2-ish years, so we've been exposed to a lot of the common viruses again. This is why we were all so sick for the past 2 years, but now we should be a little bit more protected against the moderate to severe symptoms from these viruses because we've been exposed to them and our bodies have built up an immunity now. You can watch this video here or there or there or there somewhere where I explain this a little bit more detail. That is not to say that there will not be a lot of illness this year. I just don't believe that we're going to see what we saw last year as far as severity. But at PAC, we are already noticing increased call volumes due to concerned parents during the fall. And during the fall, we have the added pleasure in Northeast Pennsylvania of having a pretty bad allergy season. So with this trifecta of viruses and fall allergies, there's no shortage of children with congestion and cough. So to avoid the long wait times and improve access to our patients that truly need our appointments, let's talk about when you should be concerned and call to make an appointment. So to know when to be concerned, we first need to know what is normal. For children in daycare or the first few years of school and their siblings, it is normal to get sick 1 to 2 times a month through the fall and winter months until their bodies create good antibodies to combat the viruses without feeling sick. Fun fact, our bodies are constantly fighting hundreds of viruses and bacteria every single day, but we don't always get sick because our bodies do a pretty good job for the most part of fighting back, so we don't get symptoms. It's when we have a hard time fighting back that we finally get some symptoms. The majority of the time, we will get sick for about 3 to 7 days before we win the battle. So the big question is, how can we tell if this is something to worry about or something more severe? Well, here's Pediatric Medical Triaging 101. First thing, most simple infections won't give you a fever for more than 2 or 3 days. So if your child has a temperature of 100.6 or higher for more than 3 days, it could mean that there's something else going on. However, if your child is younger than 3 months, call us anytime they have a fever. Number two, just because your kid has thick, green, nasally discharge, it does not mean it's a sinus infection or even a severe illness. This is pretty common for many viruses and should improve after about 3 to 5 days. Thick nasal discharge lasting more than 2 weeks, however, is more likely to be a sinus infection and need antibiotics. Third, the first 3 or 4 days of an illness are typically the worst, but then they start to improve. As long as they are improving, it is normal for kids to still have symptoms for up to 2 weeks. It could be a runny nose, cough, or congestion. Younger kids can be sick for a little bit longer because it will take a few more days to clear the mucus since they don't do a great job at blowing their noses. Four, we know it's likely a new virus and not a continued one if your child has even 1 or 2 days where they are symptom free. If your child is sick for more than 2 weeks or is not improving or develops new symptoms without having a break, then there's likely something else going on and should be seen in the office and be evaluated. Another reason to call is if you think your child is dehydrated. So signs of this are dry mouth, no tears, no wet diapers or decreased wet diapers, or decreased or dark yellow urine. All right, so finally, here are some tips on how to navigate our offices now that kids are starting to get sick all the time and a lot of more people are calling in. It's almost guaranteed that there will be longer than usual wait times, both on the phone and in the office. However, by following the advice I just talked about, we can try to minimize this. So the first tip is, since we're booking so quickly, it might be hard to get in for a same day appointment at your preferred location, especially if you're calling later in the day. Try calling in the morning if you feel your child needs to be seen, or be open to visiting some of our other convenient locations, which may have a little bit more availability. Second, for non emergency questions that can wait maybe 1 or 2 days before getting a response, remember you can always use our portal to message us. And then third, you can go to our website, pakpeds.com, and use the symptom checker under the resources tab. There's also a medication dose finder on there, so you can check what dose of Tylenol, Motrin, Benadryl, or whatever you may need. Many of our calls are actually questions about Tylenol dosage or ibuprofen dosages and things like that. We have a lot of tools on our website that can help with a lot of the questions. As always, thank you all for your patience and understanding. I know you guys are very worried. We are working as hard as we can and as safely as we can to get your calls in and to see your children efficiently, safely, and with as much care as you have come to expect from us. As always, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.